These custom-made coins, designed to commemorate events held by US military and police veterans, are manufactured here in Andy Sun's factory in China's east. 90% of his customers are in the US, but the strained relationship between Washington and Beijing is forcing him to look elsewhere.
I never expected that China-US relations would become this bad. Deep in my heart, I love American culture. I admire their military power and history. But America is like a jealous stepsister, looking to strike down any good-looking sisters.
The view of the US as a rival rather than a reliable partner is shared by China's leaders. At the opening of Shanghai's International Import Expo on Wednesday, President Xi Jinping invited other countries to invest in China and said Beijing was shifting its focus from exports to domestic consumption.
China is entering a new development period. To adapt to the new situation and requirements, we proposed a new pattern with domestic circulation as the mainstay.
A new development period spurred, say analysts, by the Trump administration's tough stance on China when it comes to trade and technology.
There was an acceleration in the technological decoupling in the past 3 years, started with the Huawei incident, and then we saw the trade war. It's quite effective of lowering the trade volume between China and the US.
Trump's ban on the sale of high-tech US chips has crippled China's technology sector. In response, the Communist Party says it will turbocharge Chinese technological research and development over the next 15 years.
Regardless of who wins the US election, China's path is clear. It wants other countries to become increasingly dependent on its fast-growing consumer market and aims to overtake the US in the race to dominate advanced technologies.
With its coronavirus largely under control, China is the only G20 economy expected to grow this year. The country powers roughly 1/3 of global economic growth, a percentage set to increase over the next decade.
I just don't think it's a good idea to contain China. Probably a better way is to collaborating.
But it's a message Andy Sun believes will fall on deaf ears in Washington. He says he has little choice but to prepare for the US and China to drift further apart. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Shanghai.